Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik, and this is the game 1 the Pacific Admit Edition. This is my PBEM match against AsuRob. He's the Allied commander, and for me, this Empire of Japan. This is now the 2nd September 42 turn. And we'll find out what will happen here today. So no Navy engagement once again. Still good hits here in China. Strong airstrike here west of Bundaberg. This is still a low-level attack and means heavy casualties and damage by flak, but nothing special here. With a higher loss rate of aircraft for Rob, I guess it's really hard for him to build up a strong tactical strategic air fleet. No. Very soft turn once again. A17 is still here. And escape detection. Bombardment. And the next attempt to break the block. No, not today. But the train is getting weaker day by day. Same here with the India division. I cross the river so I can attack here this India division and brigade. And ends not so great. So one of my regiment is disabled. The Allies only lost a half regiment disabled. Yeah. But I guess I have still more attack power left, so maybe I can try attack once again. But overall, not very active turn. Very light air battle. Mostly my flak did something. There was no sinking sound. But yeah, there's 2 torpedoes. I think I had to scuttle the ship because it was not more able to handle the damage. Good. This looks all normal, only I have, you can see, not enough supplies more in Calcutta. Many bases are requesting more supplies, but Calcutta itself requested 36,000 tons of supplies, so I'm also less than the requested supplies in Calcutta. This is why all the other bases are now short on supplies. So I need more supplies in Calcutta. Even the heavy industry and light industry local cannot support this kind of army present. This looks all standard, nothing special. I still reinforce here my position at Bundaberg. There's this one unit, it's I think a mobile armored car, light tank division, regiment. So I guess I could attack with my full division and one tank regiment and one armored car regiment or unit. This looks all okay. Nothing too special. So because this is now really the new month, maybe I could check the data's the total numbers maybe. So in total you can see that Kilroy lost 4,360 to 915 Japanese aircraft so far in the war. And you can also see that the M2, M5, M4 are more or less workhorse. So I use fighters and I don't lose really a lot of strike aircraft. Jakes are of course always easily lost by flak or other stuff and have ops losses, and I guess it's not hard. It's very hard to, I think, reduce this kind of stuff. If I don't make Navy search, I could reduce the losses of Jakes, but that is not the purpose here. So torpedo bombers, carrier based or long range based, are also always suffering against flak or cap fighters. But overall, I would say that is healthy and means that I can keep my strike aircraft intact. And for the Allied side, you can see that the P-40s are really dying in high numbers together with their Cobras. But also hundreds of dive bombers now from the army or from the navy going down. And over 129 B-17s already destroyed. 4 engine bombers. This is all the E. So I don't know if there's more. The Ds, they are out of production at the beginning of the game, so I guess this is the 29 maybe, or from the start. Also all destroyed, so nearly 150 4-engine bombers plus 23 Liberators, so I don't know if there's more coming, but you can see 170, 180 4-engine bombers are already destroyed for the Allies. This is of course a bunch of strategic asset lost. I don't know if there's anything else. A lot of aircraft getting destroyed. I can go down if you want to see anything. Relic things are also here. This heavy medium bomber, also always good to kill them. And and out of this, I have only 300, let's say, with this kind of wounded pilots, maybe 400 pilots are lost or dead so far, or cannot recover more from the wounds they suffered. I have one quad ace pilot, but some more triple aces. But one triple ace is also dead. This is a guy getting killed in his bed, shelling, Nadi. And not so many aces, but enough, I would say, first. It is still the first year of the war. Good. Ship sunk, if I check now over all dates for Japan, point-wise, so still the light carrier went down, the 3 of my heavy tankers, 2 light cruisers now also added, in some other equipment, 2 AOs, some good APs. But again, if I only check military equipment, IPT is also included. So this is the military equipment. So you can see the light carrier, 2 light cruisers, half dozens of destroyers, better one or not so good one, some submarines, and a bunch of torpedo boats. So the torpedo boats are escorts later on. These are the second class destroyers. They're also more or less escorts. But it's, I lost some equipment, but the carrier and the light cruisers, plus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first class destroyer, because this is also still a first class destroyer with 5-inch guns, is more or less the main body of my lost military equipment. If I do now go for allies, I think allies have also destroyer escorts. Yeah. Then you can see the military equipment so far reported, and it must be at least 3 months old to be true. And so this is from July 20th, so this is still can flip around. I'm not so sure if it's true, but anyway, up to now the reports is 2 British battleships, a British carrier, a British battle cruiser. You can see Nevada. So this is my points now. Maybe I can make it also by type. Maybe this is easier. Oops, other way. Yeah, so you can see that there's no American carrier more. Okay, Charlotte is still here. But yeah, this is all. So there's only the British carrier that went down directly. This is, I'm for sure. Charlotte went down directly. I saw it also. Yeah, that is true. So Kilroy lost so far no American fleet carrier. But a bunch of battleships and battle cruisers. Plus some heavy cruisers and a dozen light cruisers. And 2-3 dozen destroyers, I would say. Plus 3 dozen maybe submarines. So this means really that Kilroy have still the capacity to have an active carrier fleet, even 42. I'm only doubt this pilot quality and skill level they have can match my pilots, but yeah, that is so far all good. Otherwise, most of my, or many of my points are still coming from my base points, so I control many important bases on the map, so this is why I have a big advantage in points. Of course, I also have some points here from the air kill ratio, but I mean, this will only give me roughly 3,500 points, but if you compare this, then this is the 8,000 points or something like this. Army points are also, of course, also in my favor, so 14-1, so this gives me also tons of points. And ship sunk is 4.5-1, also a good ratio, but okay. So what else? So I can also check maybe the production of my ships. So no big change, I would say. I still push the last carriers to be ready in summer, autumn 43, I would say. These are the carriers, they have always the 45 setups. They will help me, I don't know, I have simply better early warning radar with this kind of stuff. There's only one escort carrier, so it doesn't matter. The battleships, battle cruisers are all on hold. I mean, they don't have really a good strategic value for me more, because carriers are more important. Light cruisers and cruisers, I would say, they are simply compared to heavy battleships or battle cruisers much cheaper. So if you lose them, it will not blow too big hole, and they are often capable to stop or inflict casualties. So, and especially the light cruisers for the Japanese Navy are really good because they have this high cruise speed, and with their 6.1-inch guns and the high penetration, they are able to penetrate normally all light and heavy cruiser belt armor. Oh. Of course, 75mm is not enough to stop a 8-inch shell, but it can stop maybe 6-inch guns shells. So I would, if I had a choice, I would only build this kind of light cruisers and not more heavy cruisers. Give me one or two, even 2 dozens of these light cruisers and no battleships more and heavy cruisers. I think this is a very good compromise of a ship can kill and inflict a lot of casualties. And this is also okay, strong anti-aircraft plus long-range torpedoes. So I would say this is more or less the best light cruiser you can build. And it's not so expensive to build, only 41 points per turn. Compared to a heavy cruiser with 58, of course you get much better protection and much more firepower. But the question is if you really need this kind of more protection or more firepower. A torpedo will still cripple this kind of ship. Anyway, good. So maybe we need to finish it. The destroyers. I push every destroyer what I can push, and here you can see in summer 43 the Japanese start to build this second-class destroyers. So at that point, it is simply too expensive to build first-class destroyers because you will normally suffer too high casualties. The loss rate, you cannot replace them fast enough. So you can get 2 of this second-class destroyer for the price of 1 first-class destroyer, or more or less 6 points you can see compared to 13 or 10 points. So the 10-point destroyer will be phased out. Then you only build this cheaper destroyers and still this high-level destroyer escort. This is normally an escort destroyer for carrier fleet or whatever. Very capable anti-aircraft, anti-submarine, but not really a surface engagement ship. Good, and all of my submarines are on hold because I don't need submarines. They are useless anyway. They will only if you are the lucky 1%. You maybe get a hit on a cruiser or carrier, but they think in 43 they will all soon die. Good. What else? Maybe industry. But I discussed this already before, so I will cut it down to only the A&D. So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 factories. So I can make 18% A&D per day. So roughly speaking, you can say every 5 to 6 days I can skip here 1 month. So we are in September. So I need 6 more months. So I would say in mid of October I can maybe introduce the M8G, the last of its line. So this will be the best land-based interceptor. The torpedo bomber is also coming soon. I need over 1 month to introduce this one. Dive bomber will also need some more time. The Tony is far away because I have only 2 factories ready, but more are fitting out now. So I guess in the next 1 week I can introduce 1, 2, 3 more factories to start the R&D process. And the rest is still not coming. The George is now also slowly getting into the higher levels that they can maybe start with R&D. But I would, yeah, I guess that in 42 I will not introduce the George in great numbers, maybe first in December somewhere. So you can also see that I have here that is wait, I cannot touch it directly here. This is, I think, the Navy counterpart to the the Navy. This is the Peggy. The Peggy, the Key 67 is an Army land-based torpedo bomber twin engine. So this is a replacement, or then the replacement of the Helen. That would be the replacement of the Nell Betty bomber. But this is more or less the Key 67 for the Navy. You can compare this to aircraft. They are more or less similar, but I would say the Army twin engine torpedo bomber is simply better than the Navy one. So normally it makes no sense to try to get this and this aircraft. You don't must push both, you only must push one. But I've realized too late that this airframe is normally better than the Francis. I can maybe check it shortly. But it's not that it's so crazy better. But you can see here, this is the Franz 340 top speed. This is a tech speed, this is a travel speed. And you cannot get much faster. You will only drop the speed, because this one uses H45 engine but have a very high service rating. This is, I would say, not frontline ready. So you swap the engine to much easier to handle this aircraft, so you can get a normal service rating too, but you lose speed in this moment. And speed is important for anti-aircraft and to outrun the cap and whatever. So, and this one is simply faster. I don't say it's much faster. And of course, it's a service rating of 3, so it is maybe a compromise between both. But you can also see that it's protected and 41 durability. Here, you have also protection but less durability. But you also get a better gun values. So, overall, I would say it is a little better. Also getting a faster travel speed. It's not a game-breaking advantage, but I would say it's a better one. Good. So anything else to discuss today? Not really. If you have questions, always let me know, and we will see how this continue. But normally Rob must first stabilize here the front line in India and build up some strategic bomber fleet, I don't know. And he have, of course, the best chance to normally push me off of Australia, but at the same time, he need to get resources and manpower to Australia, and that is always, maybe with my president here at Maya, he must go very down south at the edge of the map, maybe go first to New Zealand and then from New Zealand to Australia. And I can always threaten to put here some fleets to intercept here stuff. So he must go maybe all around and then enter from Melbourne from the west side. I don't know how he will do it, but we will see. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.